akibidang agwenya kunya unda ko kan tapara na maite achonga kibita metra minyo luzina kmo nyo chonyi barengini ala karano ibuntiyo na kwana kan ayonga cho ay toriang de ruai ka de ogwogiro la nya ko ngiche kidongo ngiche na kpan ko kini angai nyo cho kete yeriang na gwo ne nya ngai
My job is to manage and supervise the food programs that World Vision Uganda is implementing here in Karamoja and also in Pade in northern Uganda. When we started this food program in January, there were quite a number of challenges that we encountered. During the registration itself, most people were falsifying information. There was a lot of ghost names that were given to us. When we brought it to the attention of the local leaders, they would always say, no, that is right. When we went down to do the verification at the community level, a person stands up, you read the name, then you ask them how many people you have in the family, and he can only mention 3, yet in the list he has indicated he has 8 people. Local leaders would incite the community and tell them that World Vision is giving you peanuts, and so you should refuse the food. We go to a distribution point, and then no one wants to come and offload the food. All the able, energetic men and women refuse to come to the distribution. There are times when we went, and once the truck arrived like this, everyone walked away from the site and went away home.
There are quite many challenges that we face. The first one is the road conditions. The roads are always really very bad. At times, we normally have warriors raiding communities around. And when they raid community, they scare them away. And when we go for distribution, sometimes the community is not there. They are really in fear, they are hiding, and it makes the mobilization of the community very difficult. Also to our staff, it is actually very risky to travel in areas which are insecure. So sometimes it is scare away even our workers in reaching some of the distribution points.
Ngamoja ramana rete. Rete changa tungada. Epotangi chira tonyo tana kwa rake tolade. Kwani ya burada lo pelo kiri amoni hajuru de arete. Atapito nkale adang anyere. Amma te kriye chana kai dang klio ada kiri unyecha. Kada takana cha kwangana. Boli bola nya kwa pa kwangana.
Ba ko dang chan jalu pe alo mara tang mo nyara mara nga itu.
There has been a slight improvement in the security over the last 3 months. We've not been having so many incidences.
One other thing that we have done as an organization is also we conducted local capacities for peace assessment to try and understand the inherent conflicts within the community. We can do our program in such a way that we don't enhance the conflict within the communities. As we went on, we had a lot of interaction with the community leaders, crowd leaders, to try and find out what was the issue and how we could solve the problems together. Before even the food was taken to the particular distribution point, what we would do is we would send an advance team to go and meet with the local leaders and explain to them how much food is coming, what is our expectations of them. Over time, these communities would accept and offload and stack the way we want. The other major challenges during distribution, especially in the initial month, was but towards the end of the distribution, and the community members would suddenly become rowdy and they would invade the distribution site and grab the food. It was a problem, and it's spread from Kotido to all the way to Kabong. We had a meeting with the WFP, the security organs, that is the police, the army, and the district leadership, that it was agreed that if we go to any site and food is looted, we will not bring the food unless we have to meet with them and agree how we can avoid such incidents happening again. The community leaders who came for the meeting agreed that they were going to talk to their people, and they are going to ask their people that provide security and make sure that everyone at the distribution point will get their food. So in all our distribution sites now, we have a community complaints desk whereby anybody with a complaint within the beneficiaries will come to that desk, register their complaints. All what we have done as an organization is to try and model international standards of accountability and good governance in an area or region that is coming out of many years of conflict and lawlessness.
The main Karamoja cluster, talk about the Pokot, talk about the Madeniko, the Pian, the Bokora, and then we have the Jia and the Dodos. Those tend to keep more livestock. But as you move from the eastern border to the western border, then there is more tendency to do more crop farming. The World Food Program started the first intervention in Karamoja way back in 1960s. It's a result of rainfall failure. The frequency of the emergency was occurring like once every 20 years. From 20 years, it started occurring every 10 years, then every 5 years. Now it's nearly occurring every year.
Nyakorono wi karano wi karite akorono wi kara nyakorono wi ya mege nyakoro taringa tunga ngi ciado yo ngi cia ka ciul ala kabe aki yaraina ya ngi cia to buri.
It could be a result of climate change, but also because the Karamoja prefer to have more numbers of animals, not looking at the quality, not looking at the commercial value of these animals. They just want to have them for numbers, for marriage, for prestige. So even if the household is facing problems of food insecurity, it takes a bit of pressure on the men to take a decision to sell the animals in order to get the food. And because there's always been that humanitarian response, there is a belief then that somebody will respond. So livestock is not playing a big role in terms of household food security. Unfortunately, for those that rely mainly on the crops, when there is a rainfall failure, you can't carry your garden to where there is rain, it just fails. The fact that there is this intra-conflict within the Karamoja region and also the inter-conflict between the Karamojong and the neighbors is a factor in terms of food security.